All right, we're here with Emily and Brooke, the Santan Foothills Spirit coaches, the head coach and assistant head coach. We're going to learn a little bit about them, a little bit about their program, what they do to make their program successful, and a powerhouse team, especially for the D3 division. They're always an unstoppable force, and they always put out very clean cheerleading year in and year out. And I think this year is going to be their best year yet since, since y'all won state?
Yeah.
Yeah, how many years ago was that, like 7?
2018.
Okay, there you go. So yeah, just about almost 7 years. So, Brooke, we'll start with you. How long have you been coaching for?
Hi, my name's Brooke. I have been coaching for about 12 years. I started with a junior rec team when I was 16 years old.
And then Emily, how long have you been coaching for?
I have been coaching for 3 years. This is my second with Santan Spirit Line. Before that, I coached at the K-8 level.
Very good. So you guys have a combined 15 years of coaching between both of you?
I actually coached Emily when she was younger.
Isn't that awesome to have your former athletes come and be part of your coaching staff?
Yes, it's awesome.
Look at that. Look at the love. All right, so obviously you guys have quite a bit of coaching experience between you two. You guys obviously know what you're doing. Your team does very good each and every year. What even got you guys into coaching in the first place?
So I cheered when I was in high school. I went to Florence High School, and I just really grew a big passion for the sport, which made me want to go beyond high school to continue it, not as an athlete, but as a coach.
I think I can definitely agree based off what Brooke said. I started cheering in elementary school. Brooke coached me through that. I went to high school, cheered on the varsity level for all 4 years, and then when it became time for me to graduate, I was really interested in coaching, especially with my good friend Brooke. So I think she really drove me to become a coach here. All
right, obviously your team's one of the more disciplined teams. They're very good at taking your guys' corrections, and they kind of follow along, and you guys have a good set of boundaries with them where they can still have fun, but they also know when you guys talk, it's time to shut up and listen, which is on some teams, honestly, that's kind of a lost characteristic and trait. So what do you guys instill in your teams? What's the biggest thing you guys try to drive home to these young athletes?
I think one thing that we do different this season is team accountability. So we don't just hold them accountable as individual athletes, but as a team. So if one person is late, they all condition, or if one person gets in trouble, it works as a team aspect. That way, not only can they hold themselves accountable, but each other.
Yeah, that is the biggest thing. I was going to say that we've changed this season from last season, and I think we've noticed a big difference in that. We've had less tardiness, less absences, less problems just in general that maybe were problems before that aren't now, such as not matching on days we're supposed to be matching, or things that could be little but are actually a big problem when it's set in stone that they should be expecting to do those things and they don't. So now it doesn't really happen as often.
Yeah, and another thing we try to instill in them is things that are important for life, not just cheerleading. So time management, responsibility, we really hold them accountable in that sense, where we don't just teach them cheerleading, we teach them the importance of, just being a good human being.
A lot of the times of them being late and things like that, or if we were your boss or you were showing up to your first day of work, what would your reason be? Your alarm didn't go off? Because adults don't really take those as good reasons, or your boss or your manager in the future is not going to care that your alarm didn't go off or that you couldn't find your uniform for work.
All right, obviously, you took over, you said, this team in 2016. Prior to you, taking them over, obviously they didn't really do anything. There was no placements. The only banners I see on the wall are the ones that you guys have actually earned after you came on coaching. So what did you do to kind of remold this team, recultivate their mindset, and you kind of change the trajectory of what they were doing to now what they are doing?
Yeah, so prior to 2016, when I took over, the team here at Santan wasn't really much of a team. It was kind of in movies when the captain runs practice and those sorts of things. So I think I just instilled, what I went through as an athlete in high school, and the teams that I coached prior to coming here in Santan, I instilled those same goals, values. I held those athletes way more accountable than they used to be held in the past, and overall just built a really strong program here at Santan Foothills that's been pretty consistent over the years. We've had some better years than others, but it seems like we're getting back to where we once were, which is really good.
I know I wasn't here with Brooke from the beginning since she first took over the program, but I feel like one thing we do well together and work well together is holding our kids accountable with our guidelines and expectations of the spirit line that we run. We're very, I wouldn't say strict, but we're stern about our expectations and make sure our guidelines and things along those lines are always met.
Yes.
And they're held to high standards. So they represent not only our spirit line, but our school and our district as a whole.
Yes.
You know, what has Dauntless been able to do, and how have we been able to play a role in your program?
Yeah, so I actually started with Dauntless back in 2016 when I took over the program. They have done tremendous things from our program. I have never had a large group of tumblers here from the year I started till now. Our kids have tumbling because of Dauntless. There's probably a select and maybe 1, 2, or 3 kids that come to our program with tumbling. We actually have 6 tumblers on the floor this year that started this season pretty much with nothing and are now throwing, you know, consistently throughout the routine. So with Anthony, Michael, Adrian, they've all been so amazing over the years, holding our kids accountable, being friends to them. We've even had staff come in, you know, on their own time and just help us, whether it be with stunting, giving critique. We really feel like it's family-based, and we appreciate how much work and effort they put into our team, not just when they're coming here on tumbling days, but in a whole.
Going off what Brooke said, I definitely get the more family feel. They come in, they don't just come in and do their job. They come in, they build relationships, they connect with the kids, with the coaches, and then they also do their job at the same time. I really think Dauntless helps us because not only as a coach aspect, I tumbled with Dauntless through my high school years, and I know that it was the same thing then as it is now. It was connections, it was family, relationship-wise, and they do your best to always not only make you feel safe, secure, and trust yourself in that process, but they're there for you and walk you through what you need, as well as pushing you to get your skills and your, you know, things that you need for your routine to make you a better athlete all around.
Yes, we love Dauntless.
We love you guys, and we appreciate you guys using us. You know, this interview's been great and amazing. You know, love seeing the growth from your team. I'm super excited for what they're about to do this year. You know, they've grown probably the most, you know, that I've seen in a while, and they seem like they're genuinely hungry for it. Before we go, is there anything else, you know, that you want people to know about you guys or your program? You know, like anything funny, anything cool, like anything exciting that you guys, you know, have in store, or you guys feel pretty good about, you know, all the questions that we're asked and kind of what you've put out on the table?
We're just excited. We're really excited to get this competition season going. Not only do we have, you know, show cheer, we're competing in the game day category, the pom category. So we're just kind of excited to show everybody what we look like this season.
Nice. Well, we're excited to be able to watch them go out there and do their thing and bring back some trophies. Thank you so much, Brooke and Emily, for taking the time to do this. I thought it's been fun, informative. The last question I guess I should ask is there anything, obviously because we are a skills training gym, is there anything that you guys are particularly looking for in an athlete that's wanting to try out and be a future Sabercat, whether it be tumbling skills, stunting skills? Is there like a certain skill set requirement that they need to have? That way when they ask me, I know what to tell them. I feel like we try our very best to say you need a standing back handspring to be on the varsity level team. We usually allow a spot in the tryout process if it's needed, but we really drive our girls to have a standing back handspring at least to be on the varsity level.
We haven't really held up to that standard.
For the most part,
we're trying to get better. We are going a little bit smaller this year because we are trying to hold that standard. So that's definitely a standard we're trying to make known for the varsity level, is at least a minimum of a standing back handspring.
Perfect. Well, you hear that, you future Sabercats, when you come in to train for this upcoming season that's about to happen in 2024, bare minimum, trying to get them standing back hamstrings down. So we're going to hold you to that, as will they. Thank you so much, Brooke and Emily. You guys did amazing.